Good day. So, my name is Alquin Candelaria, and I'll be presenting the Management Information System for the University of Santo Tomas Department of Military Science and Tactics ROTC unit. So, after proper analysis, the design and system is a web application system that is a combination of a student information system and a content management system. So, what is the UST ROTC, the MST, or the Department of Military Science and Tactics? So, USTROTC was established by virtue of the NSTP Act of 2001. So, its purpose is to produce reservists that is highly motivated, organized, trained in basic military knowledge, literacy, and civil knowledge as well, and capable of being mobilized for national defense preparedness. So, um, to highlight some of the USTROTC and provide history and overview. So, it was on September 3, 1936, that the UST School Senate, nowadays called Student Council, approved the stages of organizing ROTC under the virtue of National Defense Act of 1935, or also known as the Commonwealth Act Number 1. So it is also worth to highlight that during the World War II, about 2,000 Tomasians volunteered to fight against the Japanese invaders. So after the war, the ROTC program was reactivated to General Order Number 528. So, lastly, our UST ROTC was um, established under the virtue of our Republic Act 9163, uh, being one of the three components of this NSTP Act of 2001, wherein the other two would be the Civic Welfare Training Service, CWTS, and the LTS, the Literacy Training Service. So, USTROTC is a two-semester program required for undergraduate students, both female and male. So, okay. So, its mission is and vision are shown here in the slide. So the mission is basically for the UST Golden Corps of Cadets, a military organization is committed in fulfilling its purpose by producing leaders deeply inculcated with the principles of discipline, loyalty, filial piety, professionalism, patriotism, excellence, and camaraderie. Its vision are highlighted here. So first is there is to receive positive university-wide recognition. Second, continuously provide consistently standardized, rigorous quality of training. Third is produce social, political, and nationally aware, productive citizens. Fourth is build a strong value within the character of each of its members, equipped with a golden core knowledge. And five, promote a strong sense of nationalism, patriotism, and love of country through efficient application of the military rudiments. So the DMST, are or the Department of Military Science and Tactics, are comprised of the commandant and staff assigned by the National Capital Region, Regional Community Defense Group, the NCRRCDG. Their goal is and objective is to oversee the whole RTC administration and its operation as directed by the NCRRCDG in compliance with the NSTP law. So the Department of Military Science and Tactics are also composed of undergraduate students, either basic or advanced cadets, officers. As you can see, it follows a military setup. Two brigade structures is used and expected when ROTC enrollees are about 1,000 to 1,500 in size of strength. So lower than that, it's usually a one brigade system. So the UST Department of Military Science and Tactics current process, um, the COVID situation had shifted the educational learning and its processes to online. So daily tasks and affairs between the DMST and UST adopted the work from home approach or working remotely. So before COVID-19, it follows the traditional process wherein their request, such as job orders, will be submitted to the Office of Student Affairs for encoding. So during COVID-19, all requests were submitted through email. So for the hybrid setup, requests can either be submitted online or physically. And then from an analysis I did, taking into point about improvement. So it's to improve the process of providing a list of enrolled ROTC students to DMST. So at present, the UST Registrar's Office submits a PDF to DMST office wherein the DMST will require lengths of manual encoding. So just to highlight the operations, training, and learning. So before COVID, it's or face to face. So all cadets are required to physically attend training Sundays. But currently, since the USTROTC adopted an e-learning approach until now, so the UST-DMST utilizes the UST Cloud Campus. So UST Cloud Campus is a cloud-based infrastructure powered by Blackboard, a world-class learning management system enhanced by Google for education and enrich Adobe Creative e-learning solutions. So as it is required by the university, the MST leverages this tool to educate primarily ROTC students. So UST Cloud Campus is used for written and practical examination, official announcements, and uploading materials, and has the capability of an interaction between students and teachers through its cloud messaging services. So although the university adjusted to a hybrid setup, the MST still uses Cloud Campus due to its practicality and functional use. So, SWOT analysis is performed for the proposed information system for the USD Department of Military Science and Tactics ROTC unit. So, we have identified the strengths. So, the first one is having a prominent USD ROTC history. Second would be professional ROTC commandant and staff and cadet officers. Third is the use of Blackboard, which is a world class learning management system in providing lectures and training. And fourth is producing skilled and basic ROTC, advanced ROTC graduates. So for the weaknesses, the first and foremost would be the general lack of public trust. Second would be the limited methods of disseminating information. Third is the decline of ROTC enrollees. And fourth would be the manual encoding of the student information enrolled in ROTC. So we have listed the opportunities. The first one would be the digitalization of the Mulyal magazine publication. So Mulyal magazine is their journal or magazine that's created by students and public public their publications is created every end of their semester. So, this Mulyan magazine contains the news and events of what had transpired throughout their semester in ROTC. So, next, second opportunity is the creation of a centralized information system between the different ROTC units in the Philippines, supported by our reserve command. And third is a proper acknowledgement and restoration of the compulsory ROTC in higher education. So we have listed the threats, and the first and obvious one would be the left wing politics organization. Second would be the misconstrued information about ROTC. The third is the delays or discontinue proposed information system due to the change of command in ROTC. And last would be the lack of sufficient funding or support from the UST or Reserve Command. So after proper analysis of the ROTC in this organization, so we aim to have an appropriate action involving an information system. So the planning objectives are identified to support and promote ROTC and to automate the Department of Military Science and Tactics processes. So we have listed the key challenges, which is actually summarized in two. So we have the public clamor about UST ROTC and the manual encoding of student information. So the idea is to have a web application system that contains data collecting information system and a content management system or an online magazine management system. So it shall be um, used by students enrolled in ROTC and its administrative staff. Admins are able to access and use students' information for operation and training and make tactical decisions. Students are able to submit their information and publication works and can download and read training materials. So, as uh, so these two goals are considered to be the main feature of this web application system. So we have the students information system and the digital magazine publication. So I would like to list down the key features needed for this web application system. So the first one would be the student account registration, which allows the students to register an account. We have the profile management, which allows the students to update their information and view their grades and absences. Next is the ROTC admin management, which allows the creation and control of additional admin accounts. Next is the students' designations. So this is a page designed for students to view their platoon, to verify their fellow students' profile, and also receive training materials and announcements from cadet officers or ROTC staff. So a key feature of this web application is of course the unit announcement, which is only accessed by cadet officers in order to send the information to platoons or to send out general announcements. Next feature is the student information, which is important, which allows the creation, updating, and deleting of records and a search functionality that is uh, wherein this page is accessed only by the UST ROTC staff and the cadet officers. We have the reporting feature, which allows the ROTC admins to generate their and view and extract reports, such as producing the number of male and female cadets. And finally, and next is the general announcement. We have which allows everyone to receive public announcements from UST ROTC and from the NCR RCDG, or Reserve Command. Next is the content management system. So this is only accessed by the USTR OTC, which manages the article contents overall. So these articles are high resolution images or videos highlighting USTR OTC events that had occurred every semester. Then last key feature is the of course the viewing of the digital publications. So it's for all, not only for students or RTC admins. So the design and system for the succeeding slides, it would contain the models and diagrams for these systems and design. So the first one would be uh, what is the process model used. So we had used the feature-driven development, which is a type of agile framework. So during the first two steps, the overall model shape is formed, and then the final three are repeated for each feature. So teams are organized by features rather than project milestones. So in FDD, each feature is important to clients and tangible results can be shown. So this lets business or organization appreciates quick results. So FDD is suitable for project teams seeking scalable and predictive results. It is also practical, agile approach due to its simplicity but structured method. So with reference to the overall data flow diagram shown here, so it basically explains the core processes. So students are able to create and update their information, cadet information. UST ROTC admins are able to create announcements, upload digital articles, and the students' grades. UST ROTC admins are able to extract, generate reports based from the students' cadets' information, and students are able to view their designation, grades, announcements, and read the digital articles. And site visitors view general announcements and read the digital articles. So this is the use case diagram showing three different external users accessing specific type of information or pages. So we have the visitor, student, and administrators. Now, this is the conceptual user interface that basically shows what the user will navigate through. So I would like to highlight how the digital articles will come into the navigation. So the concept of this digital article page or UI is actually a collection or carousel of images, similar to how a story of Instagram or Reels from Facebook. So users are like reading a book. They can scroll sideward if using a computer or tablet, or downwards if using a mobile phone. So in its entirety, the systems database is a simple one. We have a cadet information and student relationship. Like how I mentioned earlier, the digital articles and announcements are is a set of images. Now these images are stored, so the web application will just pull it from the database source. So for the implementation plan and resources, so the succeeding slides will discuss the list of activities and the timeline or the Gantt chart. So we have this USD RTC personnel. So these are basically the key stakeholders and site administrators currently for school year 2022 to 2023. Next is the software resources shown in this slide. So we're basically using any type of operating system, uh, GitHub, and a Sublime text editor, and of course a browser for testing. Next is the hardware resources. So I would like to highlight the server hardware dependency. So for the server, so if UST will allow, the web application will be hosted under the UST's cloud-based infrastructure server. If not, then the web application will be hosted on AWS EC2 with Amazon RDS as its database. So we have this list of activities. We have the project planning at the start of February. System analysis and design is next, followed by the implementation that uses the feature-driven development. We have the user acceptance and training, and finally the maintenance and support that we target to complete and by end of May. So the project's development cycle will end at 4 months. So potential time delays shall not be greater than 2 months. So the web application system will be ready at the start of the next academic year, 2023 to 2024. So for the future plan, so as it was part of the strategic plan, so the third goal is actually creating a framework or prototype to show to the higher ROTC leaders and stakeholders. So the idea of having an actual working web application is better in order to commence the next phase of implementing it nationwide across all universities having ROTC. So we have the phase one and phase two here. So uh, thank you for listening. So I would like to take this opportunity to share how it's crucial to provide accessible information about ROTC. It is for reducing and avoiding any misconceptions about it. This information system was created for the idea and shall hopefully bring in positive results. In any case, the access to right information is key in order to have awareness and better understanding right. Now, it's our patriotic and nationalistic duty to share this correct information to everyone. So, once again, thank you.